now cross over to Naivasha, where Kenya Kwanza is having their parliamentary group meeting in line and in preparations to know who now will be the majority leader in both houses. JJ, I can see you. Good afternoon. What's happening there?
Thank you very much, Ben Troy. We're live from Naivasha, as you rightly pointed out, the Kenya Kwanza retreat happening right here in Naivasha. And your prediction is also right, that this afternoon we will know who will constitute the majority leadership in the National Assembly and Senate. Remember, this meeting is being led by President William Ruto, who's been here since yesterday, leading his troops in terms of negotiations. You will remember yesterday there was a conversation around housing and, creating the legal framework to support the 250,000 units annually by the president, and also the legal framework around restructuring NHIF and making healthcare accessible. Much of a conversation this morning is about the leadership of both houses of parliament. You're looking at the National Assembly and the Senate, and probably what will interest you is that the member of parliament for Kikuyu, Kimani Ichung'wah, is emerging the favorite for majority leader in the National Assembly. But of course that will be revealed once they do their meeting, because in an hour or so we expect a press conference that will be held by President William Ruto and his troops, and indeed to confirm who will be occupying the positions of leadership in the National Assembly. And we talk about the positions of leadership. You're looking at majority leader, the majority whip, their deputies, and you're also looking at very critical committees that will be occupied by government luminaries. And you remember yesterday, because there's been a legal question on who really is the majority, particularly in the National Assembly, owing to the fact that the registrar of political parties says it is Azimio, based on the numbers that they had at the formation of a party. The parties that signed under the Azimio One Kenya Coalition Party, and probably looking at those numbers, then you would argue that Azimio has the numbers. But indeed, the president yesterday said that is far from the truth, because the actual truth is that Kenya Kwanza have the majority, obviously owing to the fact that Maendeleo PA, you will remember UDM has also joined in, and several other parties that have joined in the Kenya Kwanza alliance, and that makes their numbers bigger. But at the end of the day, the question will boil down to the Speaker of the National Assembly, who will have to make this decision. The registered political parties can probably advise the National Assembly in terms of how or who is the majority in both houses, but it boils down to the Speaker to make a ruling on who is majority. And probably you would guess how this direction will go, bearing in mind who is a Speaker of the National Assembly, who is a Speaker of the Senate, and the process that led to them occupying those positions. It's being fronted by the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, and they got huge numbers to become Speaker. So that confirms to you, when it boils down to the Speaker making a ruling on who will be the majority, or which coalition will be the majority, you can guess how that will go. And therefore then, this afternoon, what we expect is to hear from the president on who is going to lead where, and who will be their deputies, and what critical committees, again, or how the critical committees will be divided amongst members. What you remember, Ben Troy, as I hand it back to you, there are two critical committees that cannot be occupied by government-leaning members of parliament, and that's the Public Accounts Committee and the Public Investment Committee. Those committees, by order, are reserved for the opposition to check government, because that's why, every investment done by government must go through the Public Investment Committee, and every accounts of government must go through the Public Accounts Committee. So those committees will be reserved for the opposition. Something the president said yesterday, obviously, and he will be talking on to his members to be keen on that, is the amendment of standing orders to allow cabinet secretaries now to be answerable to Parliament, so much in the sense that that they will be coming to the floor of the House to answer questions posed by members of Parliament and respond to them, and effectively so. But what we expect this afternoon is a revelation of who will consist the majority, or who will take up the leadership positions that are available in Parliament in terms of majority leader, deputy majority leader, majority whip, deputy majority whip. I'll take it back to you, Ben Troy. Once the president is out and done with the members of Parliament and the press conference is ready, obviously we'll be linking up. Thank you very much.